Waking up each morning with a sense of purpose is one of the most fulfilling ways to live. And trusting in God's plan for your day brings a peace that goes beyond understanding. Every day offers a fresh start, a chance to align with the path God has set before you. By choosing to trust Him, you let go of the pressure to control everything, realizing that His wisdom far exceeds our limited perspective. This mindset brings a calm confidence because you know that no matter what today brings, it's part of a larger story that God is carefully crafting. Instead of focusing on what you can achieve or fix, you focus on aligning with His will. And that gives your life a profound sense of direction. Walking in purpose means recognizing that each day holds opportunities to live out the unique calling God has placed on your life. Sometimes it's easy to feel like you're moving through life without a clear destination. But in God's plan, there are no random events. Every task, interaction, and decision can be part of something meaningful. As you trust God's timing, you start to see purpose in places you hadn't noticed before. Even in mundane moments, God can be working through you to touch others' lives or prepare you for future blessings. Each day as you open yourself to God's plan, you build a life filled with intention and meaning, finding purpose even in the smallest actions. Trusting God's plan also means releasing the anxiety that comes from trying to foresee every outcome. Life can be unpredictable, and that uncertainty often causes stress. But when you remember that God is guiding your steps, you can breathe easier, knowing that you don't have to have everything figured out. His plans for you are good, and even when circumstances seem unclear, He is at work behind the scenes. With this trust, you can approach each day with hope rather than fear, confident that God's plans are unfolding perfectly in their time. This daily surrender of control invites peace into your life, empowering you to face challenges with a heart full of trust and resilience. When you walk in purpose, you begin to understand that your gifts and talents are given to you for a reason, and every day becomes an opportunity to use them for God's glory. As you lean into this purpose, you realize that your life has a unique mission that only you can fulfill. Knowing that you're contributing to a larger divine plan brings joy and satisfaction that goes beyond worldly success. Each day, as you trust God's direction, you become more confident in your abilities because you understand they are tools for His work. With this perspective, your sense of purpose grows stronger, allowing you to make decisions with clarity and conviction, focused on what truly matters. Trusting God's plan each day also means being open to growth and change. Sometimes we hold on to familiar patterns because they feel safe, but God's plan often leads us into new territory, stretching us in ways we hadn't anticipated. This can be uncomfortable, but it's in these moments of change that we grow closer to the person God created us to be. When you embrace God's plan, you become willing to step out of your comfort zone, trusting that He is preparing you for something greater. This openness to change deepens your relationship with Him, as you rely on His strength and guidance to navigate uncharted paths. Each day, as you take steps in faith, you grow stronger, more resilient, and more attuned to His voice. By starting each day in alignment with God's purpose, you cultivate a spirit of gratitude for the journey He has you on. Rather than focusing on what you lack or the obstacles ahead, you learn to appreciate the blessings He places in each moment. This gratitude shifts your perspective, helping you see life as a gift and each day as a chance to serve a greater purpose. You begin to find joy in the process, not just the destination, and your heart becomes filled with thankfulness for the opportunities God provides. As you live each day in this gratitude, others around you are inspired by your peace and positivity, seeing in you the evidence of a life dedicated to trusting and walking in God's purpose. Each new morning presents an opportunity to cultivate a heart filled with gratitude, recognizing the countless ways God provides for us. The very act of waking up is a gift, a reminder of His faithfulness and love. When you take a moment each day to thank God for the gift of life, you begin your day with the right mindset, one of appreciation and awareness. It's easy to become consumed by the demands of daily life, but starting your morning by acknowledging His provision helps you shift your focus from what you lack to what you've already been given. As you recognize His hand in your life, you open your heart to receive even more blessings throughout the day, knowing that God's goodness surrounds you. Recognizing God's provision is not just about the big moments or the tangible blessings like food, shelter, and health. It's also about the subtle ways God provides through relationships, through peace of mind, or even through small moments of joy. Each day there are hidden gifts that we often overlook: a smile from a stranger, the warmth of the sun, or the comfort of a kind word. These moments, though seemingly small, are God's provisions, and by acknowledging them, you begin to develop a deeper sense of gratitude. As you grow in this awareness, you start to see His hand in every detail of your life, which only enhances your sense of contentment and joy. Life is full of trials, but when you focus on God's provision, even in difficult times, you realize that He is always working behind the scenes, providing what you need to persevere. The struggles you face become opportunities to trust in His provision and experience His faithfulness in a new way. Gratitude transforms your approach to adversity, allowing you to see it not as something to fear, but as a chance to grow stronger in your faith. By remembering that God provides even in the storm, you cultivate resilience, knowing that He will never leave you or forsake you. As you begin each morning with gratitude, you also invite peace into your heart. Worry often stems from fear of the unknown, but recognizing that God provides everything you need, both seen and unseen, helps you release that anxiety. Gratitude fosters trust, and trust leads to peace. When you're grateful for what you have, you no longer focus on what you lack. And this shift in perspective brings tranquility. Each day becomes an opportunity to rest in the assurance that God is in control and that He will provide for you in every circumstance. This peace carries you through your day, giving you the strength to face whatever challenges arise with a calm and grateful heart. Cultivating gratitude also brings you closer to God, as it draws your attention to His ongoing presence and faithfulness in your life. When you start your morning by acknowledging His provision, you're actively engaging in a relationship with Him, recognizing that everything you have is a gift from His loving hand. This acknowledgement deepens your connection with God, making you more aware of His presence and more open to hearing His voice throughout your day. The more you express gratitude for what He provides, the more your heart aligns with His will, creating space for His love to flow through you. This relationship of gratitude becomes a powerful force in your life, filling you with joy, purpose, and a deep sense of belonging. When you begin your day with thanksgiving and allow it to shape your actions and attitudes, others will notice the difference it makes in your life. People are drawn to gratitude because it reflects joy and peace, and it has the power to uplift those around you. As you walk through your day, your grateful heart can be a testimony to the goodness of God, inspiring others to recognize His provision in their own lives. Gratitude creates a ripple effect, spreading joy and hope wherever you go. As you nurture your heart with thankfulness each morning, you not only enrich your own life, but also become a source of light and encouragement to others, sharing the beauty of God's provision with the world. Living with hope and optimism is not about ignoring life's challenges, but about choosing to face each day with a heart filled with the promise of God's protection and faithfulness. Psalm 91 offers a powerful foundation for living this way, reminding us that no matter what happens, God is with us, shielding us from harm and guiding our steps. By starting each day with the assurance found in Psalm 91, we choose to reject fear and anxiety. We acknowledge that even in the most uncertain times, God's promises are unchanging, and we can trust that He will never leave us. This perspective shifts our mindset, transforming the way we approach the day ahead and empowering us to live with a spirit of hope that transcends circumstances. Psalm 91 speaks directly to the heart, assuring us that we are not alone and we are never left vulnerable. When we reflect on the verse, "He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty," we understand that God's protection is both intimate and powerful. He promises to be our refuge and fortress, a safe place where we can rest, knowing that we are covered. This sense of divine sheltering allows us to face the world with a deep sense of security. It is a reminder that no matter what threats we may face, God has already provided the ultimate protection. Hope and optimism flourish when we trust that God's plan for us is good. And Psalm 91 affirms this every step of the way. The promise that he will deliver us from the snare of the fowler and the perilous pestilence speaks to God's ability to navigate us through dangers we cannot see and protect us from harm we may not even be aware of. This assurance brings peace, knowing that we don't have to rely on our own strength to face life's obstacles. God is already working on our behalf, orchestrating the events of our day for our good. As we trust in his perfect timing and protection, our outlook on life shifts from one of fear to one of faith. And our hearts are filled with hope for whatever may come. Psalm 91 also teaches us the power of trust. It's easy to allow fear to take root in our hearts, especially when we face the unknown or difficult circumstances. However, the psalm calls us to trust in God's promises completely, to take refuge in him, and believe that he will answer when we call. This trust transforms how we live each day. It challenges us to stop striving in our own strength and instead rest in the knowledge that God is in control. When we face challenges with a heart full of trust, we find strength in the very act of surrendering our fears to God. The peace that comes with trusting him fuels our optimism, enabling us to look forward to each new day with the confidence that we are held by his unfailing love. As we reflect on Psalm 91, we're reminded that God's protection is not just for physical safety, but also for our mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. He promises to deliver us from fear, which often weighs us down and clouds our perspective. By focusing on the truth of his protection, we free ourselves from the chains of worry, stress, and doubt. When we stop allowing fear to control our thoughts, we open ourselves to a life filled with possibilities, where we can approach each day with a hopeful heart. In this way, optimism is not simply a feeling, it's a choice we make by trusting in God's presence and his ability to lead us through every moment with grace. Living with hope and optimism through the lens of Psalm 91 also empowers us to be a light to those around us. Our confidence in God's promises becomes a testimony to others that no matter the situation, we can face life's challenges with peace and joy. As we walk in this hope, we radiate a calm assurance that others can find comfort in. Our optimism becomes a tool to encourage others, helping them see that God's promises are for them too. In every conversation, in every action, we can reflect the hope that resides in us, drawing others to the same strength we find in trusting God. This hopeful outlook doesn't just change our own lives, it impacts the world around us, showing others that with God, all things are possible. Psalm 91 is a powerful reminder of God's constant protection and care. As you wake up and prepare to start your day, this psalm can serve as a source of comfort and strength, encouraging you to place your trust in him. Reciting this psalm or meditating on its words allows you to embrace the day with confidence, knowing that you are not alone. In a world filled with uncertainty, Psalm 91 reminds us that God is our refuge, our fortress, and our protector. When you start your morning with Psalm 91, you're grounding yourself in a promise of divine security. The psalm speaks of God sheltering you under his wings, protecting you from unseen dangers, and covering you in times of fear. This imagery reassures us that even as we face unknown challenges, there is a greater power watching over us, guiding us, and keeping us safe. Each morning, when you choose to meditate on this message, you're choosing to step into your day with faith rather than fear, feeling strengthened by God's promises. Embracing the message of Psalm 91 each morning is a powerful way to start the day with a renewed sense of strength and protection. This psalm reminds us that no matter what uncertainties lie ahead, God is constantly watching over us, guiding us, and keeping us safe. When you begin your morning with these words, you're choosing to ground yourself in his divine presence. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the demands of life. But Psalm 91 provides a calm assurance that we're not alone. With each line, you're invited to let go of worry and step into the day knowing you're shielded by a power greater than anything in this world. Psalm 91 encourages us to seek refuge under the wings of God, to lean on his strength and find peace in his care. This imagery of protection is a reminder that we are cherished and watched over, that no harm can reach us without passing through God's protective embrace. In a world filled with uncertainty, where so much seems beyond our control, it's a comfort to remember that we're never truly vulnerable. Meditating on this psalm each morning reinforces the feeling that we are cared for and shielded. By acknowledging this divine protection, you create a sense of inner peace that fortifies you against any stress or fear the day may bring. Praying or reflecting on Psalm 91 at the start of the day also invites you to release any burdens or anxieties that might be weighing on you. The Psalm's promises serve as a reminder that we don't have to carry everything on our own. We can trust in God's strength to carry us through difficult moments. This daily ritual of connecting with God's protection allows you to let go of your worries and approach each challenge with courage. You're reminded that His strength is available to you, and that with God by your side, you have what it takes to face any challenge. The psalm also instills a profound sense of peace and calm, helping you to start the day with clarity and focus. Each line serves as a reminder to stay grounded, knowing that God's presence goes before you and prepares the way. Instead of being reactive to every stressor or challenge, you can respond with patience and wisdom because you know you are guided. By placing yourself in God's care, you begin to recognize the path He has set for you, feeling more centered and more in tune with your purpose. Reflecting on God's protection through Psalm 91 brings a renewed awareness of His blessings and goodness. With each morning reflection, you become more attuned to the beauty around you, the blessings He provides, and the countless ways He shows up in your life. Psalm 91 invites us to live with a heart full of gratitude, recognizing that every day is an opportunity to experience God's grace. This attitude of thankfulness transforms the way you approach each day. When you start the morning by acknowledging God's presence, you cultivate a heart that is open and ready to receive His blessings, allowing gratitude to replace any stress or doubt. Psalm 91 encourages us to approach each day with hope and trust in God's unwavering promises. As you start your morning with this psalm, you're reminded that God's plans are good and that His love is steadfast. Life may be uncertain, but Psalm 91 inspires a faith that allows you to look forward with optimism, believing that God is guiding you on the right path. This hope isn't just a fleeting feeling, it's a deep confidence in the future, knowing that God is in control. With this faith, you can step boldly into each day, empowered by the knowledge that God's hand is upon you, guiding, protecting, and blessing you every step of the way. Starting your day with faith is a powerful way to overcome the fear that can creep in and cast a shadow over your heart and mind. Fear has a way of magnifying doubts, creating a cycle of worry and anxiety that can feel overwhelming. But each morning you have the opportunity to reset and realign by connecting with the strength that comes from faith. With each sunrise, God's promise of protection, guidance, and steadfast love is renewed for you. By focusing on His divine assurance, you're choosing to confront fear with a perspective grounded in hope and trust. This choice, repeated daily, builds a foundation of resilience that can carry you through any challenge. Fear thrives in the absence of trust, but when you anchor yourself in God's faithfulness, you break the power that fear holds over you. Each morning, when you commit to seeing the world through a lens of faith rather than fear, you're choosing to rely on a force much greater than yourself. You're reminded that God is a constant, unwavering presence in your life, always ready to support and uplift you. By starting your day with this sense of divine assurance, you learn to let go of the urge to control every outcome and instead place your confidence in God's perfect plan. This surrender brings freedom from the anxiety of what ifs and opens you up to trust the journey He has designed for you. Faith equips you with courage to face each day, no matter what obstacles lie ahead. When you allow yourself to be guided by faith, you're tapping into a strength that goes beyond personal willpower. Faith doesn't erase the challenges you may face, but it does change how you face them. Instead of approaching difficulties with dread or doubt, faith allows you to see them as opportunities to grow, learn, and become stronger. Each morning, when you choose faith over fear, you're choosing to move forward with a heart that is prepared to overcome. With God as your foundation, you're never facing life's battles alone. You're equipped with a sense of divine support that enables you to meet each moment with resilience. Starting the day with faith also brings peace into your life that fear cannot disrupt. Fear feeds off chaos and uncertainty, but faith brings a calmness that quiets the noise. When you begin your morning in God's presence, taking a moment to pray or meditate on His promises, you create a protective shield that guards your mind and heart from the distractions and worries of the world. This peace becomes a powerful tool that enables you to navigate your day with clarity and focus. Instead of allowing fear to dictate your thoughts, faith empowers you to approach each moment with a sense of purpose, calmness, and assurance, knowing that God is by your side. Overcoming fear with faith in the morning also creates a sense of gratitude that reframes your perspective. Fear often makes us focus on what could go wrong, but faith shifts our attention to the many blessings and opportunities that are present in our lives. By beginning your day in gratitude, you start to see God's hand in even the smallest details, recognizing each moment as a gift. This attitude of thankfulness fills you with a sense of joy that fear cannot overshadow. As you focus on all that God has already done and continues to do, you find the strength to move forward with a heart that is open, grateful, and hopeful, no longer burdened by the weight of worry. Faith also brings a powerful sense of hope that counteracts the paralyzing effects of fear. Every morning, when you affirm your trust in God's promises, you're choosing to see the day as a new beginning, filled with possibilities. Fear tells you to expect the worst, but faith empowers you to expect God's best. This mindset isn't about ignoring reality, but about trusting that whatever comes, God's presence will see you through. By choosing to start your day with hope, you're building a life filled with purpose, optimism, and courage. As you carry this hope into each new day, you show others the beauty of a life led by faith, inspiring them to also find strength in God's unwavering love and guidance. Building unshakable confidence through dwelling in God's presence is a journey of transformation that begins with recognizing where true strength lies. Many people look to external sources for validation and self-assurance, but these sources are often fleeting and unreliable. By centering yourself in God's presence each day, you cultivate a foundation of confidence that doesn't waver in the face of changing circumstances. God's love and guidance provide a steadfast anchor, reminding you that your worth isn't determined by others' opinions or worldly measures. This understanding helps you stand firm in who you are, knowing that you are valued and cherished by the one who created you. In God's presence, you are reminded of your unique purpose and gifts, which further strengthens your confidence. The world can sometimes make you doubt your abilities, but by spending time with God, you gain clarity about the path He has laid out for you. This daily connection helps you see yourself as God sees you, capable, worthy, and loved. Embracing this truth builds an inner strength that cannot be easily shaken. You begin to understand that your skills and talents are divinely placed within you for a reason, and that reason gives your life meaning. When you dwell in God's presence, you also develop resilience that enhances your confidence. Life is filled with challenges, and it's easy to feel discouraged or inadequate when things don't go as planned. But God's presence offers a constant reminder that you are never alone, that He is walking beside you through every trial. This companionship gives you the courage to face obstacles head-on, knowing that you are equipped to handle whatever comes your way. As you learn to lean on God's strength rather than your own, you discover a confidence rooted in something far greater than yourself. This resilience becomes part of who you are, allowing you to move forward with a boldness that reflects God's power at work in your life. Dwelling in God's presence each day also allows you to let go of fear, which is a major barrier to confidence. Fear often stems from a place of self-doubt, but when you're immersed in God's love, those doubts begin to fade. God's perfect love casts out fear, filling you with a sense of peace and assurance that transcends any uncertainty. In His presence, you're reminded that there is no challenge too great for Him, and by extension, no challenge too great for you with Him by your side. Dwelling in God's presence also changes the way you see yourself, building a self-confidence that is deeply rooted in humility and grace. This confidence isn't about boasting or seeking validation. It's about recognizing your worth as a beloved child of God. God's presence helps you see your strengths without arrogance and acknowledge your weaknesses without shame. This balanced perspective allows you to approach life with both confidence and humility, understanding that your value doesn't diminish in moments of struggle or failure. You become confident not because of your own power, but because you know who is guiding and supporting you. This type of confidence is humble, resilient, and enduring because it's based on the truth of God's unwavering love. Finally, dwelling in God's presence brings a sense of peace that strengthens your confidence in profound ways. The world is full of noise and distractions, but when you take time to be still with God, you experience a peace that fills you with assurance. This peace allows you to remain calm and collected, even in the face of uncertainty, because you know that God is in control. It's a peace that others can sense, and it becomes part of the quiet confidence you carry with you each day.